Well, good morning and welcome to the Grow Omaha show. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving Black Friday weekend to everyone. I'm Jeff Beals from NAI NP Dodge Commercial Real Estate Company, and we're also brought to you by D&M Roofing, dndmroofing.com. We are live on location at the brand new Reebok store in Nebraska Crossing. We're going to talk about that and so many other things on today's show, but without any further ado, let's bring on my co-host, the legendary real estate guru, Trenton Magid.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving weekend and a happy Black Friday weekend. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Trenton. And, of course, whenever we're at Nebraska Crossing, we have our good friend, the founder and developer and owner of Nebraska Crossing, Rod Yates.
Thanks, Jeff and Trenton. Always great having you out here, and thanks for sharing your holiday weekend with us. Happy holidays.
Well, thank you. And Black Friday is an exciting time in our culture, not just for retailers, because it means, hey, we had a great time on Thanksgiving. We slept off the tryptophan, and now we're going to start celebrating. And I imagine the mall yesterday here was a pretty happening place.
Yeah, it was terrific. We saw some really great numbers, Jeff, over Black Friday. We had a lot of our brands that were 100% over 2020.
Wow.
A lot of them were 50% over 2019, which is a really good benchmark for us. So it was a record day, a lot of record sales out here, and we're pretty proud of what happened yesterday.
A little different than last year.
Yeah, that was unique.
Yeah, and thank God it's a little different than last year. Well, this new Reebok store only opened a few days ago, so it is brand new. Trenton, it still has that
brand new store smell.
That's right. It still has that new store smell. And it's really easy to find, kind of a little more toward the west side of the mall. If I'm looking out the window right now, I see Puma, I see Pyocracy, just down from, Ulta is down on the west end. So it's a little more towards that side of the mall, 6,500 square foot space. We're going to talk about some unique aspects of this store with Rod and some representatives from Reebok in a moment. But first, let's go into our news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com. Eagle Mortgage does just an outstanding job of taking care of people when they're about ready to make the biggest decision of their lives. So if you're thinking about buying a new house, whether you're going to get a conventional loan, an FHA loan, or a VA loan, you want to work with Eagle Mortgage. Holly and the team will take really good care of you. You can find them online at eaglemortgagecompany.com or in person at 114th and Dodge. Well, Trenton, we want to start with some retail statistics today. CoStar always gives us some national real estate news that we like to share with our Grow Omaha listeners. And I thought, since we're at Nebraska Crossing today, I thought I'd pull some retail statistics from CoStar. So people will find this interesting. The entire Omaha retail market is now 64.3 million square feet.
Of retail space, okay.
Yeah, of retail space. Okay, and then this might surprise some people. 337,000 square feet of retail space is currently under construction.
Yeah, I believe that, and there may be a little bit more, but and it's across all different sizes of big box retail, small, but it's good to see new construction.
Yeah, and when we talk about that 64.3 million, we're talking about everything from the premium properties like Nebraska Crossing to your strip malls or what have you. Now, metro-wide, according to CoStar, only 6.1% of retail space is vacant. That seems a little low to me, but it's probably accurate.
Well, space gets repurposed, and sometimes retail space becomes something else. You might see, for better or for worse, you might see a storage facility take an old Gordman store.
Yeah, exactly, and we've seen a lot of that lately. And then this is another good sign. Rod just said that some of the retailers here at Nebraska Crossing were up 100% from last year's Black Friday. Here's another good sign. Overall total market, there's 374,000 square feet of retail space more occupied than at this time last year. So,
and that's certainly a positive trend. People always ask us about office space and retail space and industrial space. We know that industrial space has really been on fire, and people are filling those for distribution and fulfillment. And when it comes to retail, positive absorption is definitely great, and it's a lot stronger than people give it credit.
Well, let's go into a couple of our big stories. We have two big stories this week to share with you. And when I say big stories, I'm talking about major Grow Omaha type moves. And the first one, we got the announcement this week of a project called The Intersections. This is a multi-million-dollar recreation and wellness campus planned near the 24th and Martha Streets area. So, okay, if you can picture the Martha Street exit off of 480. So let's say you're heading northbound on 480 just after the JFK I-80 480 interchange. You're going towards downtown. You look over to the right. There's some single-family houses. You might see a little bit of industrial over there. And there's the remnants of an old grain elevator. And, there's most of those single-family houses are going to go. There's an old salvage yard in there that's going to go, and part of the old grain elevator tower is going to be incorporated in this thing. But this is going to be a 25-acre project in which you're going to bring all sorts of recreation and healthcare services and beautiful facilities right into the urban core.
And this is a welcome project for that area. And it's kind of reminiscent of the Kroc Center down in South Omaha, where you're taking a lot of community services and recreational type things and really bringing the community together. Yeah,
it's like I said, if you read the press release, the general border streets are Martha, Interstate 480 on the west, 24th Street on the east, and then all the way down to a little remnant of Deer Park Boulevard that goes out there. And when you look at it on Google Maps, Trenton, the first thought I had was, how the hell are they going to work that in there? But it looks like a lot of stuff is going to go. Big project. The organization behind it is called Community Health Development Partners, which is a local group. It's going to be a 5-building campus. Some of the amenities will include technology and esports center, an action sports facility, which would have a tumbling gym, a bouldering area. They'll have a wellness center, a sports fitness and rehab center, and then a community hub, which would have a food hall, urban farming center, office space, and a corporate training center. Plan is to break ground on this project the fall of 2022, and then to be open to the community in the spring of 2024, which is not all that far away.
And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. And I'll be very curious if you can see it from 480. I suspect it'll be very, very visible from Interstate 480. Okay, the other big news of the week that we want to share with you. We've known this was coming, but we didn't know where it was going to go. The W. Dale Clark Library downtown will officially move to 1401 Jones Street in the fall of 2022.
That's exciting because it's repurposed an older building. It'll be smaller than the current W. Dale Clark Library, which is really obsolete.
And one of the reasons it's going to be substantially smaller, because it's only going to be 30,000 feet, this new place, is that the actual circulation and the management of inventory, instead of that being downtown, that's going to move out to a place you may have heard of, Trenton, 84th and Frederick.
Yeah, absolutely. The administration, a lot of the storage and things like that. The former Shopco, we have a deal with the city of Omaha to take over that space.
And when Trenton says we have a deal, you're representing that landlord. So so you're going to be pretty busy with that.
Yeah, it came through rather quickly, but it'll be a welcome addition to Frederick Square.
But think about it. That makes a lot of sense because all of a sudden, instead of having kind of an industrial operation, a logistical operation of moving the whole system's books around from downtown, you go find a former store at a place like 84th Street where there's more space, there's docks and all that sort of stuff. It probably makes a lot of sense, and then you don't have to also deal with patrons coming in and out.
Yeah, I mean it's administrative and it's storage and things like that, and then the library will stay downtown.
Okay, well, very exciting stuff. And then that, of course, begs the question, what's happening next? And ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you, there are so many rumors going around about big projects possibly coming downtown. We don't know which ones are for sure or which ones are not. We know that there are going to be a bunch of them coming as a result of the investment that the community is making down there with all the parks and everything. But we keep hearing that could be a pretty impressive project coming to that W. Dale Clark site.
It makes a lot of sense. You're right at the foot of the new $400 million park there, 90-plus acres. And then you've got a site where you could have a 15-story building potentially.
And that is your news of the week, brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com. Eagle Mortgage knows mortgages. All right, we're going to take our first break. And when we come back, we are going to talk about this amazing store. This is the only new Reebok store that opens anywhere in the entire nation this year, and it's right here in Gretna at Nebraska Crossing. All sorts of retail talk come in. We're going to talk about this brand and why they liked the Omaha market so much and many other things. It's going to be a fun show. Stay with us. You're going to enjoy it. You're listening to Jeff and Trenton live on location at Nebraska Crossing. We're brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAI Dodge on News Radio 1110 KFAB. And welcome back to the show. Grow Omaha is live on location at the brand new Reebok store at Nebraska Crossing. Jeff Beals and Trenton Maggot are at your service. We're brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAI Dodge. We've got Rod Yates here, the owner of Nebraska Crossing. And then we have a couple people who are joining us from Reebok. We have Reebok District Manager Ryan Jeffrey and Reebok Store Manager Alan Kellen. Alan and Ryan, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it, and thanks for being here.
And more importantly, welcome to Omaha. We're glad Reebok is here.
Yeah, we are beyond excited. This is a marketplace that we've really wanted to get into for quite a while, and just thrilled we were able to make it happen this year. It's an unbelievable center, and we are grateful to be here in Nebraska Crossing.
Ryan, how does Nebraska Crossing differ than the other shopping center owners in different malls around the country that you work with?
Yeah, so it's a long list, but I'll highlight a couple. So I think first and foremost, I think the involvement from this center, Rod and his team and what they do in terms of interacting with the stores, interacting from a marketing standpoint, giving us every opportunity to get involved in the marketplace and the community. First and foremost, hands down, the best I've seen. Secondly, I think the center itself, right? It's very unique. It's not cookie cutter. It's really exciting to walk into a center where it's different. Feels extremely premium. Everything they do from a consumer standpoint, the experience you get when you walk through this mall, second to none, really.
And so this is, I mentioned earlier, you guys, that this is the only Reebok store that you are opening. Now, you did some remodels,
Yep.
But this is the only new store you're opening this year. I think a lot of people who listen to the show are probably kind of excited to hear that our market is the lucky recipient for that.
Yeah, obviously it's been a tough couple of years in the retail industry, but the tide is certainly turning, and we're fortunate to be able to open some stores, to invest again, and to come to this market specifically. This is a place we absolutely wanted to be.
A lot of people don't realize that this Reebok isn't a new. I mean, I remember from the '80s, but when they had a huge surge, but they date back to the 1800s.
Yeah, 1895 to be exact. So to have a legacy and a history like that, it's something we're extremely proud of.
Wow.
I had no idea the store had been around that long.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's Reebok is owned by Adidas, Jeff and Trenton. You guys know that. But Adidas does exceptionally well in our center and in the trade area. So it was an easy sell for us. We've been working on Reebok for probably 5 years now. And as you guys know, Johanna surveys all the time through our app, and we kept finding our customers wanted a Reebok store. So we shared that data with Adidas, and Ryan and Alan hopped in here to run the store, and it's going to be a smashing success. So we're really proud to have Reebok here. Again, it's the only store they're opening this year in the United States, which is phenomenal news for us in the trade area.
Alan, as the store manager, this interior is beautiful. It's a 6,500 square foot space. When I popped my head in, it was bigger than I thought it would be. You've been open for a couple days. Talk to us a little bit about what the reception has been, how busy has the traffic been?
Well, just being open a couple days, the reception has been fantastic. We've had just a number of people come in and say, "Oh, I'm glad that you guys are open. I've been waiting for you to open the doors." A lot of shoppers have come in, even yesterday, and just were thrilled with a couple things. Just the selection overall, as far as the footwear, and then also the price. Very happy with the price points that we offer. And yesterday was just a fantastic day. And it was even more than I thought it would be as far as an actual sales day after opening a brand new store.
And then, go ahead, Trenton.
There's 50% off everything in the store?
It's almost everything in the store.
Okay, I see
but
the signs
just
everywhere.
great values throughout the entire store. And
Yeah.
most items are 50% off.
What a great way to introduce yourself to a new store to town, where you can
Yes.
get deals on everything pretty much in the store. So we open at 10 today, right?
Yes, we do. We open at 10 a.m. this morning.
Okay, so folks, you heard that. If you want to check out the brand new Reebok store at Nebraska Crossing, it opens at 10 o'clock. Trent and I are going to be around until about that time. So come on out here and check it out. The deals are amazing. And this is not only the only Reebok store that has opened nationwide in the entire year. This is the only Reebok store in the entire state of Nebraska.
Yeah, that's correct. It was, I think, something that everyone from corporate looked at and felt that it would be a great market for us to be in, just based on a number of factors. So it's kind of nice to have the first Reebok store in the state of Nebraska.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ryan, let's go back to you. Give us a little idea about the process that goes into opening a new store whenever Reebok does something like this.
Yeah, it's a tremendous team effort, and there's a lot of legwork that's put in behind the scenes, everybody from every business unit that we operate with. So you think about product and logistics and planning, and then obviously the real estate and construction teams getting us to the point where we have a store to operate, getting the product to the location, and then really it's about the work that the team puts in getting product on the sales floor available for consumers. It is months and months of work, and really the hard part was the last 10 days bringing it to life here in the store. So, just a lot of manpower, hours, and hard work getting open for Black Friday.
What are the doorbusters that we see signs of? What kind of doorbusters are being offered?
Yeah, unbelievable price points, the doorbuster deals. We offer this year-round, but especially around the holidays, key items that people would want for gifting and holidays. So we have $20 sweatshirts, we have $20 sweatpants, we have $40 shoes, which are more than 60% off retail value in here. So just great gifting items, great holiday and seasonal items to take advantage of.
Ryan, you made that process of opening sound rather easy. I know it's not easy anymore during the COVID days, and I know a lot of your fixtures are imported from all across the globe. Maybe tell the folks in Nebraska about what it takes to get fixtures and kind of where you are today and where you'll be in January. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's been a process. Obviously, the last 12 months or so has been rather difficult just in terms of customs and delays and shortages. And the fact that we were able to get the fixturing here, get it in store, get it set up and ready to go was a minor miracle. But we are actually far from finished. We're going to upgrade again here coming into January and make the space even more premium. So we'll have more fixtures on the way. We're upgrading over the next 6 weeks, and we're going to be fully set, ready to go at the best premium experience you can get by mid-January here.
So is Reebok's target audience, a younger, athletic audience, or it seems like, but I see people of all ages wearing the sweatshirts and with the logo on it and all that sort of thing. But is it safe to say the target audience is a younger audience?
Honestly, I don't know that we have a target audience, to be honest with you. It's one of the things I'm really proud of in this organization is we cater to everybody, any and all walks of life. You can come in and get a pair of shoes for your newborn, and we have consumers that have been wearing our product for 30 and 40 years that come in here and buy routinely, right? So I think we have an opportunity to offer something for everybody. And it's one of the things I think our brand does really well. Whether you're high-end performance, fitness, and training, whether you need a casual, high-end fashion item, whether you want something athleisure, there is literally something for everybody in here.
We are live on location at Nebraska Crossing at the brand new Reebok store. It opens at 10 a.m., which is just a little over a half hour from now. And so you want to come and get some of these deals. It's 6,500 square foot space, and it's a beautiful store. So Ryan and Alan, appreciate you guys joining us, and we'll let you get back to getting ready for what's going to be another crazy day, I would imagine, in your brand new store.
Black Friday weekends, we're having a blast, and we look forward to seeing everybody.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that was Ryan Jeffrey and Alan Kellum, managers for Reebok. Rod, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to talk to you about some other stuff going on in the retail world and maybe a few other things that we want to mention to folks.
Great. Look forward to it.
Okay, so we'll have Rod stick around with us. Like we said, we are live out at Nebraska Crossing at this new Reebok store. Going to take that middle of the hour break. When we come back, plenty more to talk about. And we also have a commercial real estate development spotlight brought to you by Noddle Companies. So you're listening to Jeff and Trenton on Grow Omaha, brought to you by NAI NP Dodge and D&M Roofing on News Radio 1110 KFAB. And welcome back to Grow Omaha, the area's only show that focuses on new businesses, construction, Omaha growth and development. And today we're talking a lot about retail. We're brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAI NP Dodge. And we're live out at Nebraska Crossing, the brand new Reebok store. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But first of all, Trenton Magid and I want to mention Noddle Development, Noddle Companies, one of the top real estate developers in the United States, is headquartered right here in Omaha. And Trenton, that was great last week when we had Jay on the show, and he was talking about the whole plan that they have for 180th and Dodge.
Yeah, Block 180, that thing is going to be amazing. It's going to be a mix of retail, office, and residential, and that complements all the office out there. Right now, it'd be on the southwest corner of 180th and West Dodge Road. You know, and another development that Noddle Companies is doing is Exarban Village, and we always enjoy spending time down at Exarban Village. And last night they had a tree lighting ceremony planned, and I was noticing that for the next several Fridays, Exarban Village has all sorts of holiday, Christmas type stuff going on for the next several Fridays. So that's a fun place for you to kind of spend some time during this holiday season. And we want to thank Noddle Companies for being a strong supporter of this show and for being a supporter of Omaha Growth and Development. You can find them online at noddlecompanies.com. That's noddlecompanies.com. All right, we're out at Nebraska Crossing with our very good friend Rod Yates. Rod, I bet you're still just kind of shaking your head about how things have changed since last year.
Yeah, excuse me, Jeff, it was great. Everybody who knows our center out here knows we're surrounded by agriculture, and so we had 2 rows of people in the cornfields parking last night. I mean, that's always unusual when you see that, but it was a fantastic night, and like I indicated, we had brands that were 100% or more over 20 sales, and then 50% over 2019 sales. So that's a beautiful recovery. So very excited to see the success, and people come out, support Nebraska Crossing, and we'll continue to do our job of bringing great brands to Nebraska, and that's what we want to do here.
So we're here with Rod Yates, the owner of Nebraska Crossing Shopping Center in Gretna. Tell us, one of the biggest differentiators, one of the things that has really made Nebraska Crossing is the Fast Cash app. And,
yes.
And I want people to hear it from the source. You and Johanna created this app.
Yep.
Tell us about the Fast Cash app.
Well, we believe, actually we wrote white papers about this, Trenton, that the shopping center with the most data wins in the long run. And so landlords historically have been more just rent collectors culturally and never really looked at having a role in the ecosystem of a shopping center. We completely changed that. We've got roughly 660,000 people, going on 700,000 on our app. We look at the total addressable market for us, about 1 million people. So we got roughly 70% of our trade area on the app, and we're collecting data and all that. And so this is a phased process for us, Trenton. First was to build the app, build a lot of functionality, allow our customers to earn digital coupons through the app, redeem them in the stores, get great offers, etc. So last year during COVID, we launched our Fast Cash version into the app, and that's been hugely successful. So We've become more of a membership-centric kind of shopping center where you go into our app, you become a member into our app, and then you get that 15% cash back. So what's next for us that we'll be launching in Q1 is the buy now, pay later has had so much success around the world. You've seen companies go to 30, 40, $50 billion market caps with their just buy now, pay later. We started our own version. We call it Just Pay Later. And so everybody who walks into this center, they're a member in our ecosystem, we're going to give you $1,000. You can go spend that at any store. It'll be interest-free. You'll get 4 months to pay it back. And we feel like all the data that we collected on Fast Cash just puts everything on steroids because there's no shopping center in America that will give you $1,000 for walking into the center. You go earn 15% cash back wherever you redeem that in the center or earn that spend in the center. And it's just a fabulous way to create customer empowerment. So we believe strongly that data is king here. Customer empowerment is what landlords should be doing. They should be the curators in the ecosystem. That's what we've turned this place into as an ecosystem. And the things that will follow on from that are phenomenal as we look more, becoming more of a financial institution with all the fintech, with the cash back, the just pay later aspects, and this is going to change the shopping center industry.
Well, and it's going to save it. I mean, it's going to make brick and mortar shopping possible in the future, having stuff like this.
There's a 100-pound gorilla out there now, and we all know who it is. It's Amazon. So you got to compete with Amazon head to head, and you got to think about customer centricity, and you got to think about how you're going to compete against Amazon. The tools we're developing are there to go head to head with Amazon. So the things I'm thinking about, Johanna's thinking about in our ecosystem, in this fintech world, we got the best fintech partners. Part of what we're doing, one of them is SoFi. You guys have seen SoFi become very, very popular. They did a SPAC this year. They're now the head sponsor of the Rams and Chargers Stadium out in LA. But they've got some really unique tools that we're going to build in here. So you'll be able to come and get, through our app, a personal loan, a car loan, a home mortgage. That's where this whole ecosystem of a shopping center is headed through what we're doing with our fintech and our app.
Well, Reebok just opened a few days ago. Rod, what are some other new brands that are opening soon?
Yeah, another popular brand was Estee Lauder. Health and beauty is obviously a very hot category, and so they just opened about a week ago now, and they're off to a great start. PacSun's under construction. Pacific Sunwear, another great brand that's wanted to be in the center for a long time. So there's a lot of things going on at their center. We've got a strong waiting list that we're building. That you'll see open over the next quarter or two, and then there's some expansion buildings in the works as well.
So we're talking some new construction.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about new construction. It's a little pricey today. I think everybody in the real estate business knows that. But there's some really unique brands that have been absent in the Nebraska retail scene for a long time. People like REI. I mean, we constantly get pinged.
People ask you about what brands are coming, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's the power of surveying, right? Because when we open a brand, we've usually captured a lot of customer data on that brand for when they open. So Johanna had captured about 20,000 customers for the Reebok opening. Phenomenal to have that strength in the app for an opening of a new store, because the biggest weakness a store has in today's economy is they take a long time to scale, right? And they cost a lot to build. So we captured both those with this Reebok store. We were able to capture a lot of customers before they even open the doors. But that's what makes us unique. I think if you look at what's going to happen at I-80 and Highway 31 here in Gretna, kind of the heart of Nebraska now between Omaha and Lincoln, you're going to see a lot of great things happen based on the success we've had here. And I think we give a lot of credit to the fintech and the app and our ability to acquire customers that make retailers want to be part of Nebraska Crossing.
So what other brands? You mentioned REI.
Yeah, REI, certainly a hot, requested brand. People like Crate and Barrel haven't been in the Omaha market ever, or Nebraska, West Elm. We've heard rumors that Container Stores looking at making another move to build another store in the community in the market. Yates been a long requested brand. Amazon's got some interesting new concepts that they're rolling out. Not only are they the big online retailer, but they've got physical retail they're opening. So we're talking to them about a couple of their concepts that'll be opening up here in 2022. So there's a lot going on in retail. As you heard the Reebok guys talk about, there's a lot of demand for space out there. You're seeing absorption come in pretty strong these days, but like I said, we've got a 100,000 square foot waiting list to be in the project. I probably got about 15,000 square feet I want to fill. So I want to be very, very selective on who we bring into the center. But we'll have some really, really neat announcements probably next week and then throughout the balance of the year.
Some that we can't say exactly, but it is safe to say that you have some leases out.
Oh, yeah. We have leases out. We're well into design and construction on some of the cool brands we're bringing out here. And so it'll be an exciting fourth quarter, and I think our community, our shoppers are going to love what's next at Nebraska Crossing.
So keep listening to the Grow Omaha Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, because we know we kind of know a lot of people keep saying, so what is this next big brand going to be at Nebraska Crossing? We say, well, we'll be able to tell you as soon as we can. So that's why we're dancing a little bit, but soon. Now, Rod, you said something also kind of interesting that caught my eye. You said, the Interstate 80, Highway 31 interchange. You guys have been an anchor here for 8 years, and everyone refers to this as the Nebraska Crossing exit, but there's a lot more room for growth around here.
Yeah, we the mayor and I of Gretna met with the Department of Roads a few weeks back, just talking about infrastructure improvements. Because if you were here yesterday, it was hectic. It was bedlam. It was challenging for our shoppers getting in and out of here. So we meet with the Department of Roads to really talk about infrastructure improvements, and there's some really neat things in the works here. The plan, as I understand it, is to take Highway 31 from I-80 all the way to Dodge Street and expand that to 6 lanes.
It needs it.
It needs it in the worst way, because I've obviously been coming here for 10 years now working on this, going up and down Highway 31 from Dodge Street, and it becomes more and more like Dodge Street every year. In my 8 years of coming back and forth, 10 years coming back and forth. So there's a lot of unique things that are going to happen at this intersection to get ready for all this explosive growth that I think is going to happen. Obviously, I got a little bit of insight on what's going to happen at this intersection, but there's some unique things going on, I think, that'll make this really a great part of the commerce of Nebraska and create a lot of jobs and be unique for the community.
Well, it's exciting stuff without question. And Rod, we as always appreciate you hosting us out here, and we appreciate everything that you're doing for the local economy.
Yep. Happy to do it, Jeff. Thanks for having me on.
And the weather's here today, ladies and gentlemen. So
60 and sunny.
60 and sunny. All right, that was Rod Yates, the developer and owner of Nebraska Crossing. We are going to take our final break of the hour. When we come back, we have our lightning round, and we've got some announcements to share with you. But remember, we are live at the brand new Reebok store. This place is it's awesome, and the deals are crazy. There's 50% off, all sorts of things. The mayor of Gretna just walked in. Hi there, Mayor. And we're going to take our final break. When we come back, there's going to be more on Grow Omaha, brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAI NP Dodge on News Radio 1110 KFAB. And welcome back to the show. We are live on location at the brand new Reebok store in Nebraska Crossing. Jeff Beals and Trenton Magid here. And this is the lightning round, in which we talk about a few things that we want to throw out there that you guys need to know about. And as always, it's brought to you by Turner Construction, biggest construction company in the land, but a big construction company that behaves like a little one when it comes to your project, because they're very customer focused. And whenever we're in Sarpy County, you always got to think about that big Sarpy County data center that they're doing not too terribly far from Nebraska Crossing.
Absolutely.
That's their famous project here in town. But I tell you, I see a lot of these new Chase Bank branches that are opening up in the metro area. I'm seeing Turner Construction signs around those.
Big blue and white sign.
Yeah, so we appreciate everything Turner Construction does to sponsor the show, and for all their workforce development stuff and developing tradespeople for the Omaha marketplace. All right, the Reebok store here, though, opens in just about 8 minutes, and we already have a lot of people who have come in. They're just kind of saying hi to us, and I think a lot of them are thinking, hey, we get some of these great deals. But Trenton, when I was driving down from Dodge this morning on 204th Street, I drove by Coventry, and there's a strip center under construction on the west side of 204th, and that is it hasn't really come out of the ground yet, but it's right there. I did want to tell people what we have found so far is that will have a Rusty Taco in it and a chiropractor office so far. That's
There you
what we
go.
know.
Some exciting stuff right there.
Yeah, here we're
You
talking
heard it
about-
here first, ladies and gentlemen. It's no
Earlier-
Nebraska Crossing, but it's
Earlier we were talking about all of these big brands that Rod is going after for Nebraska Crossing. They were like Rusty Taco and a chiropractor. But hey, we appreciate every Rusty Taco
people
and every
ask, and
chiropractor.
we get answers.
And then also, as you drove a little further south on Highway 31, Highway 6, that development that has the Fairway, the Casey's, that's coming along nicely.
An auto parts store.
Yeah, that it looks to me like the Casey's and the three buildings are enclosed.
Yeah.
And they're probably not that far away from opening.
That's 204th and Bryan, I believe.
Yeah, Bryan is the cross street right there, but that's getting pretty close. Cool restaurant concept coming to the Switch Food Hall, Little V's Latin Vegan Cuisine. This is a total startup. This is an entrepreneurial startup. The owner had been kind of making food for people when he could, basically out of a home or something like that. And so, the Switch Food Hall is doing such a great job
It's
of
an incubator.
It truly is. And that's awesome. And that's one of the reasons why we have such a good restaurant scene here in Omaha is not only the Culinary Institute, which trains people, but we have these places where restaurants can be incubated.
And these
now.
risk takers are amazing, the culinary risk takers.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's pretty cool. The opening will be in December. And again, it's called Little V's Latin Vegan Cuisine. It's going to be one of the booths in the Switch Food Hall. I have tried probably 4 or 5 different restaurants at the Switch ever since it opened.
They're good. And there's always a new one, it seems like.
And then one time I actually sat and had lunch at the bar. Jorge and I went down there and had lunch at the bar. It was kind of fun doing that. All right, another business that is a local startup restaurant, Roll and Sweets Rolled Ice Cream, is opening soon at 5921 Ames Avenue. And then also want to give a little shout out. This would be kind of a fun thing to do. A week from tomorrow, Sunday, December 5th, you all know Brad Williams.
Yeah, he's awesome. Our photographer.
Yeah.
Everybody's photographer.
Brad is the official photographer of the Grow Omaha radio show. And also he, is a frequent contributor here. You hear his voice all the time.
He helps with our social media immensely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Brad is like our third guy on the show. And so he has a thing. He's doing an art pop-up, a photo pop-up. It's called Beer with Brad. And it'll take place at the Casual Pint at Countryside Village at 87th and Pacific, Sunday, December 5th, 1 to 6 p.m. You can grab a beer while you're there
and
chat
shop
with Brad, get to know him, and he'll have a whole bunch of his prints available if you want to get a Christmas gift or holiday gift.
If you haven't, go to bradwilliamsphotography.com if you want to see his expertise, and he'll have a number of different price points. And if you want to get a great gift, go check that out.
Yeah, so I'm hoping as long as nothing pops up on my schedule that prevents me from doing it, I'm going to go stop in and it'll be fun. Plus that Casual Pint's a fun place.
Absolutely.
All right, the music's playing, which means that we're done. But I can tell you this brand new Reebok store opens in 4 minutes, and it's not even open yet, but the place is full of people already. All right, everyone, have a great week. I'm Jeff Beals.
And I'm Trenton Maggot.
You've been listening to Grow Omaha, brought to you by D&M Roofing, NAI, NP Dodge, Turner Construction. We're live at Nebraska Crossing, and we hope you have a great Thanksgiving weekend on News Radio 1110 KFAB. If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.